Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna tell you guys everything that happened during the race, and also like looking at this, like the official split time on my phone. Like I got the official split right here from the race, and I'm gonna give you guys more story to what exactly happened during the race. Coming to the Columbus Marathon, my goal was to break 3 hours, and yeah, that's basically my ultimate goal. And my strategy going to this race, after like a kind of disappointing like run at Erie Marathon where I did not even finish the race because of all of this thing that happened. I decided to be a little bit more conservative. My specific goal was to really run the first 20 miles like as conservative as possible, and then like just close the last 10K a little bit stronger. So that was basically my strategy going this race. The morning of the race, we got there at the starting line by about, I said, like 20-30 minutes spare, and then I went straight to the bathroom, like the porta potty, because I know that I really need to go to the bathroom the last time. Even though I already went, like I just want to make sure that everything is okay. So I would probably say I stood there in line for about like 20 minutes, and it's always like that, in like big like marathons like this, like the line is always very long and it's like taking a lot of time. As soon as I got into the bathroom, I heard the national anthem, and for me, I know that if after the national anthem, the race is gonna start. And I was just a little confused because when I checked the clock, there's still like at least 5 minutes before I actually went into the bathroom, and I was not really sure why they're doing the national anthem right now. So I was a little bit stressed in there. I went to the bathroom really quick, and then when I came out, I just realized it's actually for the wheelchair race. So yeah, sigh of relief. And I have not really done my strides yet, so I was just like running back and forth there in the grass near to the porta potty and also near to the corral. And then I probably only got like a minute left when I finally like was ready to go in the corral. And then as I got in the corral, I noticed that I was really deep in this like crowd. Like I was really like behind, and like there's like just tons of runners. Like I said, like this is probably gonna be hard for me to get out. I was trying to move up, but it was just too crowded. I just couldn't do it. So I said this is gonna be a little bit difficult to to find a clear spot to run. The race started, and basically that's what happened. I was trapped back there. I was just really weaving around because I wanted to get a clear like area for me to run, like to freely run and stuff. And then as soon as I found like a clear spot where for me to run, I checked my watch. I realized that actually I forgot to turn on my GPS watch, and I know that I was already been running for a while before I noticed it. So it's basically like it hit me like this is gonna be a big issue, because I really need to track my progress, and I want to make sure that I'm on track. And now I don't really know if I can still do that. So I said it's okay, there's no need for me to panic. I just keep going and see what I can do. So I glanced my watch. I hit the first mile, and it's like really way off, like I would say about 800 meters off. I said, yeah, like my distance is really off now, so I cannot really use it anymore. And then I said I just want to focus on the pacing, like the actual pace. So I just want to make sure that I'm still on pace. But in my mind, I know that this is still also gonna be off, because even if I'm running like, let's say like 640 or 650, that's still gonna be a little bit off because the distance is off. And my pace at that point, like my watch was saying like about 6:40. I was like running 6:40-ish per mile pace. And then yeah, I just stayed relaxed and said like I'm inside the goal pace, but of course inside of my mind is still like, yeah, this is a little bit off. I don't really know. I know because I ran Columbus Marathon like at least like 3 times before, and I remember they always have the clock. You can always see the clock, like, you know, at specific mile markers, like 5K, 10K, and half marathon, as far as I remember. So yeah, that's what I was really like hoping to see. But to make the long story short, like I passed 5K, I did not see any clock. Past 10K, I didn't see any clock. And you know, I said probably they just put like, you know, like the halfway point, because sometimes like they cannot really do that much anymore. So I said like I was really hoping that, I said like I think there's like gonna be one at the halfway point of the race at least. And then I passed the halfway point, I didn't see any clock at all. So I was really concerned at that point, because I just did not really know like what was my actual time. You know, I was feeling good and I was running really well, I would say. Like I was just trying to be within myself. I was not really pushing or something like that. Of course there were a little bit of surges in between here and there, because like when I get my water, or if there's a little bit of like, you know, hill that I need to, you know, climb and stuff like that. But yeah, I just did not really know what was my time, and I was just really, you know, assuming that I was probably like at this halfway point, my time was probably like this. And yeah, it was a little bit stressful, but I said, what else, you know, I just couldn't do anything at that point. So I just keep moving, and actually I asked some other runners as well, and they had the same thing happen. They said I started my watch like off as well, because they said that they were also stuck behind this big crowd. And I think it's the same thing, that, you know, if you're just trying to get out, you're not really like focusing on your watch. You just want to make sure that you can get a clear spot to run. So I think that's probably what happened to them as well. I would say for the entire race, I was just basically really assuming that I was probably at this pace. And I know like some you know, at around mile 16 and 17, I would say that was probably the hardest part in my opinion, because there were like some, like we crossed the bridge and it was like windy, and you know, it was just, for me it was just a little tough, that section of the course, and it was like pretty open as well. So yeah, it was a little bit hard there. As soon as I got into like, you know, like a pretty shaded area of the course, I started to feel a little bit better again, and I picked up the pace a little bit and starting to get back to right on track. And then yeah, like until like I hit mile 20, like I said, yeah, I'm getting really close to, you know, like I can't wait to reach mile 20, because that's where I want to really try to push the pace and close the last 10K really well. So like I said, I just did not really know what was my pace at that point, because like I said, my watch was off and there was no clock at all during on the course. And I would say actually my first 5K is like, you know, a little bit over 5K, I was running really comfortable, because like I said, my watch was saying 640 mile, and here my official split actually 7K right there, 28 minutes and 14 seconds. So if you convert that to like a marathon finish, that's actually a 2 hours and 50 minutes pace. Yeah, that's like 10 minutes faster than my original goal. And honestly speaking, seeing that, like just seeing this like this, I was like really shocked that I was running way faster than my goal pace. And honestly speaking, I felt like pretty comfortable at that point. And the good thing is like I told myself I want to be conservative, so I started slowing down. And then my 15K split right there, 1:03:34. So as soon as I reached 15K, my pace really slowed down. At this point, I was already at like a 2:58 marathon pace. And then I reaching halfway point of the race, I hit it like exactly 1:29:59, which is sub 3 pace. Actually, when I reached the halfway point, I was still feeling really good. So, but like I said, I did not know what was my official like time, like overall time, and then jumped to like the 20-mile mark around 2 hours 23 minutes and 20 seconds. So I really slowed down really bad here. And actually my wife was tracking me during the race, and she actually felt that like I was gonna be disappointed, because at that point I was already like at 3:07 finish time. And she actually saw me on the course like multiple times, but she said she just didn't want to tell me, because she didn't want me to feel like kind of disappointed like where I'm at the moment. But like I said, I decided to be conservative for the first 20 miles, and then like I said, like I want to close the last 10K super hard, like basically just give everything. And it was very painful like when I started pushing it, because my muscles are like really sore and everything just pretty much hurt. And I started to push and push, like around mile 25. That's where I checked my watch one more time, and I forgot that that was not the actual time. And I really thought that I would be actually like running. I said if I run something like this pace, I would probably be around 3:03 or 3:02 pace. And as soon as I saw the clock, the finish line, like the clock start ticking like 3:04 or 40 something. And in my mind, like I said, I was not expecting that I was really off like this much. Like I was basically sprinting on the top of, like I was really pushing the pace. I had to sprint, because in my mind I said like I don't want to miss the qualifier standard again, because like that's what happened to me long, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was literally sprinting like the last 200 meters. I would probably say I was running at a 5-minute pace at that point, because I don't want to miss it again. I said if I don't get the sub 3, I at least want to be I want to be qualified. So yeah, it was very stressful, and I crossed that line I think exactly 3:05 when I saw it. But of course I started a little bit behind the pack. That's why when I check my official time is, that's why it's 3 hours 4 minutes and 34 seconds overall. I would say that I am, even though I didn't break 3 hours, which is my ultimate goal coming to Columbus Marathon, I am very satisfied with my performance, because I stayed relaxed and I was really patient. And even though a lot of things that happened, like I said, the time and all that kind of issue, I did not really panic so much. I said like I just want to run it like this and want to stay relaxed, and then just basically executed the race the way I wanted to execute, even though I did not even know what pace I was at. It is a new PR for me, 3 hours 4 minutes and 34 seconds, and Boston qualifier. It's for me, it's very special, because I've been chasing this for years. Like even before I was still like like just super far from this level of like, if I can really like run the qualifier standard, like in my mind I said like one day I wanna really reach to that kind of level, and then I really want to qualify for Boston Marathon. But I just didn't know when, and it was like a long-term goal for me, and I finally got it. Like I said, even if I did not break the 3 hours, I am super satisfied and like really happy with that result. So what's next for me is gonna be like since this is my first time qualifying for Boston, I will definitely gonna try to submit, you know, my official time, and then hopefully run the Boston Marathon in April. If I get accepted, I'll definitely want to run the Boston Marathon, because this is my first time qualifying. It's like a great feeling for me to be able to qualify, and of course the sub 3 hours is still gonna be like a chase for me. It's not gonna end. I can feel that I'm getting closer to that. Right now I'm happy that I'm really learning to run the marathon distance again after a couple years, and I'm really learning more and more. So yeah, that's definitely my goal. It's not gonna change. I'm gonna chase the sub 3 hour marathon. That's more of like my personal goal that I want to achieve. So yeah, this is all for today, guys. Thank you again so much for being here today. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys very soon.